Hello, my dear book lovers. I'm reading the book from Soul, Mind, Body, Science, Medicine, the Grand Unification of Theory and Practice for Healing, Rejuvenation, Longevity, and Immortality by Dr. Master Ji Gang Shah and the co-author of Dr. Ruling Xu and Master Xu. She's a quantum physicist that has proven it scientifically. And I have already read about the Dao science. And now I'll go back actually and read the first book. So last week, it was the first time that I started reading from this book. So to recap, what we were talking about, I would read. And this program is every Monday from 7 to 8 o'clock. And I'd be happy if you would share this with everyone because not everybody has the book, but I'm sure that you can get it from bookstore, Amazon, or other book. It would be good actually, um, to read it with me, to follow me by reading through it with me because I will get into that point that why you should have a copy of it and read it together. Anyway, I'm gonna read a little bit of a background on the sleeves that they are written, and so you'll be updated about what it was said. But I'm gonna read it every week, just only recap. And so it says that what is the soul? Are the miracles real when soul is healed? How does the body respond? Throughout history, there have been countless cases of miracle healings, unexplainable by modern science. Dr. and Master Jigang Shah has personally healed thousands of patients, usually in front of dozens of witnesses. Hundreds of videos of these healings can be seen on YouTube. But how can this healing be explained? Soul Mind Body Science System is the first book to explore the scientific explanation for why soul healing miracles are genuine. Written with Dr. Ruling Xu, an expert on string theory and quantum physicist who trained at the University of California, Berkeley. As Master Shaw shares, for the first time, the scientific theories can explain why all actions on Earth are guided by the reality of the souls. Thank you, Francis. You are here. Thank you. Uh, in a soul mind body medicine, soul mind body science system, the complex and fascinating relationships between presence, matter, density, information, soul, and consciousness are truly examined. Written for underchair and professional scientists like these books makes a significant contribution to the ongoing debate about the true nature of reality. As the line between science and spirit blur, this investigation becomes even more important. The groundbreaking soul mind body science system is for all readers who can contemplated the fundamental scientific laws of the universe and sought answers beyond those offered by popular science and mainstream paths. Okay, now on the back sleeves, I'm gonna talk a little bit about who Master Sha is and Dr. Ruling Shu is. Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha is a soul healer, a world-renowned master healer, and a divine servant. He is the creator of soul mind body medicine. He was trained as a conventional medical doctor in China and a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine in Canada and in China. The founder of the Institute of Soul Healing and Enlightenment and the Love, Peace, Harmony movement. Master Sha is a grand master of many ancient disciplines, including Qigong, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, Feng Shui, and I Ching. Master Sha is also an expert in the most advanced cellular healing science now occurring in China. In the West, he is involved in breakthrough research on effects of spirit on the human system. Master Sha was named Qigong Master of the Year at the Fifth World Congress on Qigong. In 2006, he was honored with the prestigious Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission Award for his humanitarian efforts. Dr. Ruling Shu, a theoretical physicist working on a string theory and grand unification theory, he was inspired by Master Sha to mathematically formulate soul, mind, heart, and the consciousness using physics, and to create a grand unification theory to unify them with physical existence. She is also an entrepreneur, herbalist, singer, healer, and author. As a student of Dr. Sha, Dr. Shu devoted her life to seeking the ultimate truth. Okay, last week I have started talking about the forwarded by Dr. Irvin Laszlo, author of Science and the Akashic Field, that was nominated twice for Nobel Prize, and preface of Master Sha. And now, this time, I'm going to read from How to Receive the Divine and the downloads offered in my books. That's the title. My books are unique. The divine and Tao are downloading their permanent soul treasures to readers as they read these books. This is what I was talking about, that it would be good if you have a copy of this and you could read it with me. Every book includes divine or Tao soul downloads that have been pre-programmed. When you read the appropriate paragraph and pause for a minute, divine or Tao permanent soul, mind, body treasures will be transmitted to your soul. In April 2005, the divine told me to, in quotation, leave divine soul downloads to history, unquote. I thought a human being life is limited. Even if I live a long, long life, I will go back to heaven one day. How can I leave divine soul download to history? In the beginning of 2008, I was editing the paperback edition of Soul Wisdom, the first book in my Soul Power series. The divine suddenly told me, Zhigang, offer my downloads within this book. I will pre-program my downloads in the book. Any reader can receive them as he or she reads the special pages. Unquote. At the moment the divine gave me the direction, I understood how I could leave divine soul download to history. The divine is the creator, a spiritual father and mother for all souls. Tao is the source, the creator of countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes. Tao is the way of life. Tao is the universal principle and laws. At the end of 2008, Tao chose me as a servant, vehicle, and channel to offer Tao soul downloads. I was extremely honored. I have offered countless divine and Tao soul downloads to humanity and their own souls in countless planets, stars, galaxies, and the universes. A pre-programmed Tao soul download is permanently stored in this book column. Thou I greatest love, Jin Dan. Jin means gold, Dan means light ball. Jin Dan means golden light ball. Pre-programmed divine or Tao soul downloads are permanently stored within every book. If people read this book thousands of years from now, they will still receive the Tao Soul downloads. As long as this book exists and is read, the readers will receive the Tao Soul download. Allow me to explain further. The divine has placed a permanent blessing within a certain paragraph in chapter 5 of this book. This blessing allows you to receive this treasure as a permanent gift to your soul. Because this divine treasure will reside with your soul, you can access it 24 hours a day, as often as you like, whenever you are, for healing, blessing, and life transformation. It's very easy to receive the divine and the Tao soul downloads in my books. After you read the special paragraphs where they are pre-programmed, close your eyes. Receive the special download. It is also easy to apply these divine and Tao treasures. After you receive divine or Tao soul download, I will immediately show you how to apply it for healing, blessing, and life transformation. You have a free will. If you are not ready to receive a divine or Tao soul download, simply tell the divine and Tao, I'm not ready to receive this gift. You can then continue to read the special downloads paragraphs, but you will not receive the gifts they contain. The divine and Tao do not offer divine and Tao soul downloads to those who are not ready or not willing to receive these treasures. However, okay, where am I? However, the moment you are ready, you can simply go back to the relevant paragraphs and tell the divine and the I'm ready. You will then receive the stored special downloads. When you reread the paragraphs, when you reread the paragraphs, the divine and Tao have agreed to offer specific divine and Tao soul downloads in this book to all readers who are willing to receive them. The divine and Tao have unlimited treasures. However, you can receive only the ones designated in these pages. Please do not ask for different or additional gifts. It will not work. After receiving and practicing with the Tao I, greatest love, Jin Dan, then you can receive from this book, you could experience remarkable healing results in your spiritual, mental, emotional, physical bodies. You could receive incredible blessing for your relationships. You could receive financial blessing and all kinds of other blessings. Divine and Tao soul downloads are unlimited. There can be a divine or Tao soul downloads for anything that exists in the physical world. The reason for this is very simple. Everything has a soul, heart, mind, and body. A house has a soul, heart, and mind and body. The divine and Tao can download a soul to your house and that can transform its energy. The divine and Tao uh, soul uh, can download a soul to your business that can transform your business. If you are wearing a ring, that ring has a soul. If the divine downloads a new divine soul to your ring, you could ask the divine soul in your ring to offer healing and blessing. I'm honored to have been chosen as a servant of humanity, the divine and the Tao, to offer divine and the Tao soul downloads for the rest of my life. I will continue to offer divine and Tao soul downloads. I will offer more and more of them. I will offer divine and Tao soul downloads for every aspect of all life. I'm honored to be a servant of divine and the Tao soul downloads. Well, the next title is What to Expect After You Receive Divine and the Tao Soul Downloads. Divine and Tao Soul Downloads are new souls created from the heart of Divine or the heart of Tao. When these souls are transmitted, you may feel a strong vibration. For example, you could feel warm or excited. Your body could shake a little. You may not feel anything. Advanced spiritual beings with an open third eye can actually see a huge golden rainbow, purple, or crystal light soul enter your body. These divine and Tao souls are your in companion for life. Uh, Underneath is explaining the young companion is explaining what is the young companion, which is a physical being such as family member, friend, or pet. In companion is a soul companion without a physical form, such as your spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven. Okay, now that had been explained. These yin and companion, they will stay with your soul forever, even after your physical life ends. These and divine and Tao treasures will continue to accompany your soul into your next life and all of your future lives. In these books, I will teach you how to invoke these divine and Tao souls anytime, anywhere to give you divine and Tao healing or blessing in this life. You can invoke these souls to radiate out to offer divine and Tao healing or blessing to others. These divine and Tao souls have extraordinary abilities to heal, bless, and transform. If you develop advanced spiritual abilities in your next life, you will discover that you will have these divine and Tao souls with you. You will then be able to invoke these souls in the same way in your future lifetimes to heal, bless, and transform every aspect of your life. It is a great honor to have a divine and Tao soul download to your own soul. The divine or Tao soul is a pure soul without negative karma. The divine or Tao soul carries divine and Tao healing and blessing abilities. The download does not have any side effects. You are given love and light with divine and Tao frequency. You are given divine and Tao ability to serve yourself and others. Therefore, uh, humanity is extremely honored that the divine and Tao are offering divine and Tao soul downloads. I'm extremely honored to be a servant of divine and Tao, of you, of all humanity, and of all souls to offer divine and Tao soul downloads. I cannot thank the divine and Tao enough. I cannot thank you, all humanity, and all souls enough for the opportunity to serve. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. and Master Zhigang Shah. How that's the next title. How to receive maximum benefits from my books. Like many people worldwide, you may have read my books before. You may have been reading my books for the first time. When you start to read my books, you may realize quickly that they include many practices for healing the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, for purifying and rejuvenation, soul, heart, mind, body, for transforming relationships and finances, for increasing intelligence, for opening spiritual channels, and more. I teach the four power techniques to transform all life. I will summarize each of the four power techniques in one sentence. By the way, personally, in 2010, I was suffering from very chronic fatigue syndrome, losing my, immunity constantly. I was under the drug heavy, those anti depressant, anti inflammation, and for um, antibiotics, and many others. And I was missing a word a lot. But I came across a book from Master Shah. It's called Divine Soul, Heart, Mind, Body, Science uh, System book. Not science, but system book. Is a green color also. And I started reading it. And I came across this, how to receive the maximum benefit from the book. And I start actually practicing it with that book. And within, I can say within 4 or 5 months through it, I started feeling better and better. I mean, it's really amazing that how a book can transform a physical discomfort, a physical illness, but just only a practice. But I can testify to that this works if people pay more attention rather than just read through it and then put it on the shelf. You know, they will see a great benefit by just doing the practices. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, and here is, he said that he will use a 4 power techniques in one sentence. Body power. Where you put your hands is where you receive benefits for healing and rejuvenation. Soul power. Apply, say hello, healing and blessing to invoke the inner souls of your body, systems, organs, cells, DNA, RNA, and invoke the other souls of the divine Tao, heaven, Mother Earth, countless planets, stars, galaxy, and universes, as well as all kinds of spiritual fathers and mothers on Mother Earth and in all layers of heaven to request their help for your healing, rejuvenation, and transformation of relationships and finances. And the mind power is where you put your mind using creative visualization is where you see benefits for healing, rejuvenation, and transformation of relationship and finances. Sound power. What you chant is what you become. My books are unique, Master Shah says. Each one includes many practices with chanting, which is sound power. I repeat some chants again and again in the books of the Soul Power series and the Soul Healing Miracles series. It is most important for you, dear reader, to avoid thinking, I already know this, and then quickly read through the text without doing the practices. That would be a big mistake. You will miss some of the most important part of my teaching, the practices. Imagine you are in a workshop and when the teacher leads you to meditate or to chant, you do it. Otherwise, you will not receive the benefits from the meditation and chanting. People are familiar with the ancient Chinese martial art and teaching of Kung Fu. A Kung Fu master spends an entire lifetime to develop power. In one sentence, time is Kung Fu, Kung Fu is time. You have to spend time to chant and meditate. Remember the one sentence secret for sound power. What you chant is what you become. Therefore, when you read, practices where I'm leading you to chant, please do them. Do not pass them by. The practices are jewels of my teaching. Practice is necessary to transform and bring success to every aspect of your life, including health, relationships, finances, intelligence, and more. For success in any profession, one must study and practice again and again to gain mastery. My teaching is a soul healing and soul transformation of every aspect of life. You must apply the four power techniques again and again to receive maximum benefits from soul healing and soul transformation for every aspect of your life. If you go into the condition of what you chant is what you become, a wonderful healing result may come suddenly. The transformation of relationship and finances and every aspect of life may follow. Aha! Moment may come. Wow! Moments may come. I bring my workshop and retreats to you in every book. Apply the wisdom. Take time to practice seriously. Chant and meditate using the four power techniques. My books have another unique aspect. The Divine and Tao offer soul downloads as you read. Divine and the Tao soul downloads are permanent healing and blessing treasures from the Divine and the Tao. These treasures carries divine and Tao frequency and the vibration, which can transform the frequency and the vibration of your health, relationship, finances, intelligence, and more. These treasures carry divine and Tao love, which melts all blockages and transform all life. These treasures carry divine and the Tao forgiveness, which brings inner joy and inner peace to all life. These treasures carry divine and the Tao compassion, which boosts energy, stamina, vitality, and immunity of all life. These treasures carry divine and the Tao light, which heals, prevents sickness, purifies, rejuvenates soul, heart, mind, and body, transforms relationship and finances, increase intelligence, open spiritual channels, and it brings success in every aspect of life. I summarize and emphasize the two absolutely unique aspects of my books. First, I bring my workshop and retreats to you in my books. Please practice seriously, just as though you were in the workshop with me. Second, as you read, you can receive permanent treasures, divine and Tao soul downloads from the divine and Tao to transform your health, relationship, finances, and more. Pay great attention to these two unique aspects in order to receive maximum benefits from this book and any of my books. I wish you will receive maximum benefits from this book to transform every aspect of your life. Practice, practice, practice. Transform, transform, transform. Enlighten, enlighten, enlighten. Success, success, success. With love and blessing, Dr. and Master Zhigang Shah. The list of the figures, which there are 12 of them, here is listed in the book. When we get to that, I will show you if I can. Now we get to the introduction. Since the beginning of human history, grand unification has been the dream and the lifelong desire of many. These stem from our heart's desire to understand at the deepest level possible what our world is made of and how it came about. Deep within our hearts and soul, we know intuitively that there must be a single truth that is the source of everything and everyone. This most profound truth has been the greatest mystery. Within this truth, we could be liberated from our limitation. We could find fountains of youth. We could find the highest purpose, wisdom, joy, health, happiness, and beauty of life. In recent years, Grand Unified Theory, in parentheses GUT, parenthesis close, has been a very active area of research in physics. Physics is a fundamental science that studies the composition and behavior of our universe. Physics have made a significant contribution to our daily lives through the new technology that arises from theoretical breakthroughs. For example, advances in thermodynamics led to the industrial revolution. Advances in the understanding of electromagnetism led directly to the invention of the new products such as television, computer, and domestic appliances that have been dramatically transformed and in many ways created modern society. While advances in nuclear physics led to nuclear power and more. Scientific uh, development has led to partial unification of heaven, Mother Earth, and human beings. Isaac Newton, between 1642 and 1727, one of the most influential mathematicians and physicists of all time, discovered under an apple tree that heaven, Mother Earth, and human beings are subject to the same law and the same force, gravity. Newton used gravitation law and calculus, a branch of mathematics. He helped to unify heaven, Mother Earth, and humanity. This unification took humanity to new heights. More than 200 years after Newton, Albert Einstein extended Newton's gravitational unification law. Einstein's specific relativity theory unified space with time. This unification of space and time led to beautiful conclusion. matter and energy are unified. The unification of matter and energy is uh, explicitly expressed in the Einstein's famous formula E equals mc squared. Here E is the energy, m is the mass of matter, c is the speed of light. Einstein further unified matter with space and time in his theory of general relativity. Einstein showed that gravity is induced by matter. Gravity can cause a space-time to curve. The more mass an object possesses, the stronger the force of gravity will be. The more space-time will be curved. After accomplishing this elegant unification, Einstein spent most of his later life trying to unify gravity with electromagnetic force and other forces. He was able to achieve only very limited success in his research, in his search for a grand unified theory. Einstein is also one of the founders of quantum mechanics because of his great insight on, on the photoelectric effect. The photoelectric effect is the observation that many metals emit electrons when light shines upon them. Einstein proposed that light behaves like a particle with energy directly proportional to its frequency. For this contribution, Einstein won the Nobel Prize. Quantum mechanics is a true breakthrough in fundamental physics. However, the foundation of quantum mechanics have been controversial to this day because it denies two of the phenomena. What we observe depends on what we decide to observe. It seems that quantum reality depends on our mind. It's subjective, not objective. According to quantum mechanics, the exact deterministic prediction that scientists are supposed to be able to make are not possible. We, we can only know the likelihood of an event. We can only know the likelihood of an event. Many people have been perplexed by subjective, non-deterministic, and probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics. Many great scientists, including Einstein, have found it difficult to accept quantum mechanics as a view of reality. In fact, Einstein did not believe in quantum theory. He was reported to remark that he could not believe that God played dice. Nevertheless, as a tool to explore a macroscopic world, quantum mechanics have proven to be fruitful. It has led to the discovery of total of 17 fundamental particles and two fundamental forces, the weak force and the strong force. Electromagnetic force and gravity are the two other fundamental forces that have been identified by the physical physicists. One of the greatest achievements of quantum theory is its ability to unify electromagnetic force, weak force, strong force, through what is called gauge theory. It's also able to make some of the most accurate prediction in science. Quantum physicists have also been able to formulate theory concerning the fundamental forces and the elementary particles called a standard model. However, the standard model is not theory of everything. As it leaves many questions unanswered. First, it cannot describe gravity. Second, it does not tell us the source of these forces and particles. The dream of grand unified theory, or GUT, was sparkled during the 1980s and 1990s, when it was found that the coupling constants of electromagnetic force, weak force, strong force, become equal at the very high energy. A coupling constant is a number that determines the strength of a force. It changes with energy. At higher energy, the stronger of the force. It changes. Oh, I read that. At higher energy, the electromagnetic force gets stronger, and the weak and the strong forces get weaker. To the delight of quantum physicists, the strengths of these three interactions become equals at the grand unified energy, 10 in a square of 16, and G, E, V, a square of 4. In this merely, is this merely a coincidence? If not, this indicates that electromagnetic, weak, strong forces may indeed come from the same force at high energies. Unifying gravity with other fundamental forces turned out to be more difficult. The string theory, the most advanced mathematical theory in physics, provided great hope to unify gravity with other fundamental forces. String theory also has the potential to explain from where and how particles and their masses originates. However, string theories have not achieved this yet. They have had difficulty in connecting with reality by making useful and testable prediction. Something is still missing. In recent years, scientists have discovered that everything we have observed accounts for less than 5% of everything that exists. More than 95% of the universe is composed of so-called dark energy and dark matter. However, We still don't know what those are and where they come from. As fascinating as the research for grand unified theory is, all of humanity is facing significantly more challenging issues and events than these intellectual uh, conundrum, uh, con, conundrums. I don't know what that means. If you know, please explain it to me. Although Newton's law is able to show that gravitational force governs heaven, Mother Earth, and humanity, it also sets physics and the other physical science in the direction of separating physical existence from spiritual and the consciousness of existence, conscious existence, because this separation is contrary to our hearts and soul desires for unification. The direction that physical science are following comes from severe consequences for humanity. Concurrent with a rapid development of physical science and technology, humanity has gone through the two most devastating wars in history and now faces the prospect of even more horrific wars. Our natural environments on Mother Earth is being damaged and polluted at an exponentially growing rate. The separation of soul, heart, mind, body also resulted in a greater physical, mental, emotional, financial, relationship challenges for more and more people. For example, the number of people suffering from depression is growing at an alarming rate. Now, more than ever, we need grand unification theory and practice, not only to unify all the physical forces, particles, dark matters, and dark energies, but also to unify our own souls, hearts, mind, and bodies, as well as to unify science and spirituality, to unify every aspect of humanity, and to unify humanity with nature, so that we can live harmoniously with and within ourselves and with each other and with our environment. More important, now is the time to transcend our human limitation. Now is the time to uplift each individual and humanity as whole to our higher human potential and life purpose with more joy, good health, wisdom, beauty, abundance in our lives. Is it possible to have such a grand unification? In this book, we will share our insight. Source guidance has given us the insight and inspiration to create grand unification theory and practice. I guess it will continue, but I better stop at this part that once is the title is Three Bodies of Human Beings. I would stop here because it continues more and I cannot, finish it. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed and that you have learned something. I am always searching and looking to learn more and more. I would love for you to make a comment. Just make a comment if you liked it, you didn't like it, or was it useful? Is not, I'm sure it was useful. Any book to me is useful. But with that in mind, I want to remind you, everyone, that every Monday night at this time, 7 to 8, I will read the book. And since I have started reading these books, Soul, Mind, Body, uh, Science System, I will continue because I'm not even on the first chapter yet. And I invite you to join me. And also I invite you to join me for the Love, Peace, Harmony chanting group every Friday night, 7 to 7:30. And also remind you of the next Thursday, uh, April 30th. I have the power of positive information class, which is 7 to 8:30. And I will teach, I don't know what I'm going to teach because I'll be in a flow, whatever comes to my mouth, I will share it. But and that would be like a classroom with a blackboard and everything, but I would do it um, on the live Facebook, and also in the also in on the teleconference. If anybody likes to know about the teleconference number, I'll be very, very happy to share it with you. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for being with us. Love you. You have a great, great evening and the rest of the week. Good night, everyone.